Hello everyone, this is my assessment 3. Today I'll be presenting on adaptive teaching in design and technology with a focus on learners with SEND, particularly those with executive functioning needs such as difficulty with task initiation, attention and working memory. These needs are especially common among students in the cognition and learning and SEMH categories as outlined in the SEND Code of Practice. By applying inclusive strategies, we can better support engagement, self-regulation, and progress. As the code reminds us, pupils are likely to learn at different rates and in different ways. My approach drew on 3 key frameworks. Social model of disability. This views barriers as societal rather than personal. So the focus is on adapting the environment, not the learner. Integrated model of SEND promotes collaboration between education, health, and family support systems. Intersectionality recognises the overlapping impacts of multiple identities, such as disability, class, and gender, on a student's experience and progress. These perspectives guide us to embed inclusion as a core mindset in teaching, not as an optional add-on. Let me introduce 3 case study students. Student A experiences literacy difficulties and low self-esteem. She has no formal diagnosis. Student B has autism and attachment challenges with behaviours including rigid thinking and classroom shutdowns. Student C presents with SEMH needs and social communication difficulties. He has high anxiety and a history of school refusal. Each required a carefully tailored yet equitable approach, ensuring personalised support within an inclusive classroom environment. Student A is in Year 9 and has reading age of 8.8. She avoids writing, often due to low confidence, and has a history of poor attendance. Support strategies from her file included simplified homework, peer scaffolding, and speech-to-text tools. I found that promoting more design-focused tasks helped build her engagement and confidence. She particularly enjoyed working collaboratively in pairs or small groups, where she felt more comfortable sharing ideas verbally. This approach also reduced the pressure of writing tasks. Oftentimes, she became more vocal in discussions and showed pride in her design work. She also actively engaged in the physical activity of printing with acrylic, which gave her a sense of accomplishment and provided a valuable hands-on learning experience. Unlike in other subjects, she was able to complete a substantial amount of work in D&T, including designing, making, and participating in group discussions. My main aim with student A, as with all focus students, was to ensure she understood purpose behind each activity, helping her connect meaning with the process. Student B is in Year 8 and has a formal diagnosis of autism alongside attachment-related issues. He is highly inquisitive, but classroom participation is inconsistent. Suggested supports included structured lessons, visual task maps, and green room card for emotional regulation. Despite these, he often refused to begin tasks, disrupted others by making noise, or left the room. He usually worked with one peer, but their relationship sometimes contributed to tensions with other classmates. I found him the most challenging student to support, as consistent engagement was hard to maintain. Nevertheless, when he did engage, such as creating CAD stencil designs, his potential was clear. He also showed interest and participated in the physical acrylic printing task, which appeared to ground him and provide a more focused outlet for his creativity. Increasingly in D&T, he was able to engage in more sustained way compared to other subjects. He completed hands-on work like designing and making and participated in class discussions when the environment felt predictable. My ongoing goal was to ensure he understood not just what he was doing, but why, linking tasks to real-world relevance and personal interest. Student C, also in Year 8, did not meet the threshold for autism, but had clear SEMH needs and social communication difficulties. His background included extended periods of school refusal and ongoing anxiety. While CAD tasks were particularly difficult for him, he excelled at hand-drawn design work. His drawings were excessive and technically skilled, which highlighted the importance of offering diverse ways to demonstrate understanding. He struggled to ask peers for help and often disengaged when confused, making one-to-one teacher support essential. With visual emotional cues, pre-warnings about transitions, and the comfort of a personal item, his stuffed giraffe, he gradually became more involved in lessons. He also engaged positively with the acrylic printing process, which offered a tactile and visual form of participation that matched his strength and eased his anxiety. Compared to other subjects, Student C was noticeably more productive in D&T, completing substantial work through drawing, making, and reflecting on his projects. I aimed to ensure he understood the meaning and purpose behind the work, which helped him feel more invested and confident in his contributions. DUL, or Universal Design for Learning, encourages flexibility in teaching methods to support varied needs. In practice, this included delivering content in visual, verbal, and written formats, allowing students to choose whether to work independently, in pairs, or in groups, offering various formats for output such as drawing, models, videos, or presentations. This approach supported all students, not just those with identified needs, and promoted engagement through choice and autonomy. Structured routines and clear visual aids are essential for reducing anxiety and improving working memory. I used daily visual agendas, step-by-step task guides with images, consistent seating and transition signals. These strategies help reduce the need for verbal prompting, encouraged independence, and increased classroom predictability. Traditional writing can be a barrier to learning. To reduce this, I incorporated Chromebooks for digital note-taking and research, drawing and model making to express ideas, scaffolded writing frames for structured support. These adaptations built confidence and reduced task refusal, especially for students like A and C, who thrived when allowed to present their ideas through drawing or group work. Qualitative feedback showed that students felt less anxious and more capable in lessons. They described feeling less stressed and more confident. Quantitative data included fewer task refusals, improved classroom behaviour, greater independence in completing tasks. These results highlight how inclusive strategies positively influenced both academic outcomes and classroom atmosphere. Notably, all three focus students completed more substantive work in DT than in many of their other subjects, which is a strong indicator of effective adaptive practice. Key texts that informed this work included Mitchell and Sunderland on UDL and inclusive education, Castro and Palicara on integrated SEND support, Davies focusing on SEND practices within DT, Nazen, which emphasises that inclusive strategies benefit all learners. These sources provided both the theoretical foundation and the practical strategies used during the placement. To summarise, adaptive teaching is not about compliance, it is about creating equitable opportunities for all learners. Structure, predictability, and responsive planning are crucial for supporting SEND students effectively. When inclusive strategies are embedded into daily practice, they not only support students with SEND, but enrich learning for the whole class. In DT, I found that with the right strategies, students could go beyond what was often expected of them in other subjects, actively engaging in design, making, and reflective discussions. My consistent focus was on helping them understand and purpose behind their work, which increased both motivation and achievement. As George Dye reminds us, inclusion is not bringing people into what already exists, it is making a new space, a better space for everyone. Thank you.